shenanigans. Welcome back to my channel. Sass here. I'm here to do another review of Love After Lockup. And just like that, we are back. We're back. And honey, when I tell you, they still couldn't shine. Wait a minute, y'all. Let me get my coffee. Oh, I usually don't drink coffee before I do a review because I get all of the sorts. But honey, I need it right now. So anyway, so we're back and the shenanigans have started. They didn't give us much this episode. Nothing much. Let's talk about Shawn and Destiny, child. As we know, Destiny busted Shawn in his whole face. Destiny cut a shine because Shawn was talking to the mother of his 6 children. Destiny was upset, jealous, and just went crazy over that. How dare you talk to the mother of your children? How dare you? So, she busted him in the face. She sat on the curb at the house whining and pouting, child. So here goes Shawn driving down the road, looking at his face, checking to see if his nose is broke, checking to see if he's bleeding from the bottom or the top lip. Did y'all see his foolish self going like this? Boy, you ain't never been busted in the face before. You got busted in the face by a woman. That's neither here nor there, child. So, he's driving to work. And he is like, I'm upset. I don't want to lose Destiny. She got upset because I was talking to my baby mama. Okay? I still want to be with Destiny. I still love Destiny. Y'all remember he got her a whole ring. He's going to propose to Crazy. So Destiny, she's in the house and she whining to her sister talking about what he done. Talking about she don't know if she going to put up with it. So the sister was like, you ain't got to put up with it. Come to California. Come see us. Come visit us. But see, Destiny, she don't supposed to be going nowhere. Because see, remember, Shawn is on her bond. $50,000, child. And she just running crazy. So he's at work whining to his boss man. The boss man was like, well, tried to tell you. Tried to tell you. And so Shawn is telling the boss man how he done got busted up in the face. And he said, listen, I still love her. I still want to be with her. But, I still have that $50,000 over my head. Which one is it, Shawn? Do you love her? Do you want to be with her? Or are you worried about that money? Because, see, the bail bondsman tried to tell you not to do it, but you went ahead and done it. And so his friend was like, well, that's on you. How much you gonna put up with? Everybody's trying to tell you that she ain't right. But oh no. So he's calling and texting and calling, child. She ain't picking up. She is seething, honey. Why are you doing all this frantically calling and running after and all this when you got 6 children? Do you stress out over that with your 6 kids? Or over this sour puss-faced woman who done punched you in the face? You a whole idiot. Just a whole idiot. So his dog now, he done finished work. He run into the house. Destiny, Destiny, Destiny. I hope she did leave. And I hope she took that $50,000 with her. I hope you lose all of the money with your stupid self. You out here going through hoops worried about a woman who don't care nothing about you. She don't care nothing about you, you idiot. Let's move on, child. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about another idiot. Lindsay Scott. So as you know, Lindsay, she finally made it home and honey, that house was not done. Baby girl's room was not done. The house was a mess. Now, he done had a whole year to get this house together, and oh well. Where is the interior designer? Honey, I guess she said you ain't paid me, because I'm telling y'all, he ain't got the money that he said he had. He didn't pay the interior designer. The interior designer said, I ain't got time for it. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. He broke, y'all. So, Lindsay and him, they're in the truck, they're driving. Lindsay got this big, bulky ankle monitor. They said you owe house arrest. But it's all good because it's during the pandemic, so she don't need to go nowhere anyway. So she is whining and whining about how the ankle bracelet hurt, about how big it is, how she can't go jogging. She can't even go jogging around her house. There's Scott looking like food. Yeah, another one. Do y'all remember when we first met Scott? How he was saying that Lindsay always get blamed for stuff. It's never Lindsay's fault. The reason why they pick on Lindsay is because she young, pretty, and white. Y'all remember that? Stiff upper lip. You remember saying those words, you idiot? Now, she done come home, done embarrassed you, okay, done cussed you out because the house is not together, and you are on the couch. Baby, she done put you on the couch. You haven't even had no bump. Y'all, my stomach growling, don't worry about it. So you up on the couch, ain't had nothing. The only thing you done heard from her is her mouth, honey. You ain't heard no moan, no growl, no nothing. Only thing you hearing is na. That's all you hear. Now she complaining because it is the pandemic and she can't get anything for the house. She said, I can't go out and buy nothing. You can shop online. Why don't you start cleaning? You got all the time in the world, Lindsay. You the one come talk about you're a perfectionist and how you're a clean freak. I can't tell. See, you can clean that little cell block that you had, that little hole, that little cell. You can clean that. Clean the whole house, and then I'll be impressed. I mean, I don't understand. This is a home that was bought for you. Whether it was finished or not, you can do some things to it. Pick up a broom. If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Honey, she ain't trying to do nothing, y'all. So then she's talking to her daughter. And her daughter, cute little kid, okay? Her daughter's telling her about school and how her daughter has to take piano lessons. And here comes Lindsay saying that, you know, she can't even see her daughter because of the pandemic. She said most parents be with their children during the pandemic, but she can't even do that. So later on, we see Lindsay. Okay, Scott, he's doing the sweet thing. He's bringing the daughter, you know, there. But they can only talk through the glass door. So Lindsay and the daughter had a sweet moment. You know, they talked for a little bit. She got to see her mama. Lindsay got to see her daughter. The mother is just all upset. She was like, you know, they both love each other. And it's just hard to see them like this. I'm sure it is. Suck it up, buttercup. Be grateful that you're home. Be grateful that instead of you seeing your daughter through a glass window in prison, you see your daughter through a glass door at a house. Be grateful. She ain't even grateful. Be appreciative of that. Yes, pandemic sucks. We all went through it. A lot of families have went through it. You can go through it as well. So what if you got an ankle monitor? Scott, what you put on that couch? Do you put 2 sheets or just 1 sheet? Do you use a throw to cover yourself up, or do you use a comforter? Because I know who ain't laying on top of you, Lindsay. Let's move on through. My hands ashy, y'all. Why did y'all tell me my hands was ashy? I know some of y'all seen it. And y'all didn't tell me. Y'all ain't gonna talk about me, child. I mean, y'all can talk about me, but I will prove it to be wrong. Now, let's talk about Sioux City and Shawn the child. So what's the deal with Shawn, y'all? Huh? Get my drink. What's going on with Shawn, y'all? So we have, he's at home, okay? He is calling nonstop Shonda's phone number. What does he hear on the other line? A recording. It ain't Shonda. He says that he has not spoken to Shonda since he dropped her off at the bus station. Child. So his daughter and his granddaughter came adorable. Adorable baby. So the daughter was like, what's up? What's going on? Let me cook some chicken and some rice. Honey, that daughter was up in that kitchen cooking, wasn't she? I was hearing that spit and spat of grease. So she in there cooking, and she's asking her dad, what's going on? You heard from Shonda, what's up? And so the dad said, I'm worried. Okay? Sioux City said, I have not heard from her since I dropped her off at the bus station. And so the daughter said, what? That was a long time ago. And he was like, yeah, about 2 months ago. He says, I don't know if she's back in jail. I don't know if she's dead. He says, I don't know what's going on. I haven't heard anything. And so the daughter said, Daddy, do you think that maybe she used you? Honey, why'd she say that? Sioux City said, no, she didn't. She didn't use me. She didn't use me. Something may have happened to her. And so she was like, Daddy, something may have happened to her and she may have used you. So, of course, he talks about how the daughter didn't like Shonda because of the age difference. But he says, listen, Shonda ain't using me. Okay? Something bad must have happened. I don't know why she ain't answering the phone. And so, of course, the daughter said, well, how much money you spend on her? Okay? It was all good when she was incarcerated. You put money on her books. And so he was like, putting $5, $10 ain't nothing. That ain't nothing. Put a little money on her books. That don't mean nothing. She's not using me. And, you know, I hear from her eventually. Child, Sioux City. Y'all, what happened to Shonda? What's Shonda doing, y'all? 2 months? Baby. Let's move on. All right, let's talk about Marissa and Jessica, child. This was a cute little scene. So Maurice, honey, he got his papers. Maurice got his papers. He got a travel voucher, honey. He can travel from LA to Las Vegas. Every month he has to go back to LA, meet up with his PO, and then reissue another travel pass. So, okay, Maurice doing a little bit. Okay, so him and Jessica are moving things into the new house. They're getting, you know, adjusted to each other, and he talks about how, you know, good it is to actually lay on a bed, to actually walk around butt naked if he wants to. He said he would prefer to be in Vegas than LA. He talks about his daughter. He says that he misses his daughter, that he missed a whole lot of time with his daughter because he was incarcerated. He was in jail. I'm sorry, prison. So here comes Jessica. Of course, Jessica happy. Okay? She got to go back to the cousins and the auntie's house with the roaches and the rats. Okay? She at home. So she's happy that he's there. But she also said she been feeling a little nauseous. 3 weeks. So he was like, what are you talking about? And she says, well, you know, my period late. 3 weeks late and I've been feeling nauseous. And so he's excited about it, okay? He says, you know, all the time that I miss with my other daughter, if we have another kid, hey, I have all the time in the world. Make sure you get a job first. So, Jessica, she goes and she takes a pregnancy test, child. Come to find out, pregnant. Do you know what she said? She said she's happy she's pregnant, but she's nervous because she says out her own mouth, how are we going to afford to pay for this kid? That's what she said, y'all. Jessica ain't got no job. I mean, we know Maurice ain't working. Not right now. He said that, you know, it's hard getting a job right now. But Jessica ain't got no job, y'all. Anyway, so she's worried about that, and she says that she believes that her family will be upset by this news. She says she don't know how her family's going to take it. Child, your family going to be fine. Once they find out they have a little grandbaby, they'll be all right. And they'll probably help you financially. Child, I tell you, these people are quick to have a baby. He just been out a month. A month. After being locked up for all those years, he's been out a month and she's already pregnant. Moving fast, ain't they? Ain't they moving fast? Yep. Alright, let's talk about Quai and Chevelle. Child, honey, Quai is pulled every which way, honey. They are stretching him out like a rubber band. Alright? The mama and the sister, Quai's mama and sister want him in Texas. Chevelle want him where he at now, I think in Kansas, right? So anyway, so Quai is just pulled in all kinds of directions. He don't know what to do. You know, Chevelle's family is beating down on that neck, talking about marriage, talking about this, talking about that. The cousin said, listen, you ain't no good for my cousin. I give you 6 months. So he says that he feels like that he got a weight on his shoulder. That's what Quai said. So Chevelle said, come on, we need to go talk to my pastor. So they go and they visit her pastor. Did you see how the baby girl was looking at that pastor? Baby girl was like, ugh. So they go on into the kids' room while, you know, the men have their talk. So the pastor's just trying to figure out about Quai, what's going on with him. How is he adjusting, getting out of prison? It's a lot. It's a lot. And you was in there for 12 years. You were a youngin' when you got in there. How is it going? And so Quai was just upfront with him. He says, man, he says, it is stressful. Okay? He says, I'm trying to please everybody. Chevelle and my mom and my sister. I'm trying to hold up some form of responsibility. Okay? And it's hard out here getting a job. You know, you put applications in, but they may not, you know, accept the application. All thing I can say, Quai, is keep on putting it in. Somebody hide. Keep on putting in that application, dude. So he's just saying that it has been hard since he got out. His mom, of course, wants him in Texas. And then Chevelle wants him there. And he says that he feels obligated. He feels responsible to stay there with Chevelle. But he also says that it's like this. It's like a net on my neck. I mean, she always like it. La, 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 always. Chevelle wants a lot out of Quai. She wants to be married. She wants to have other children. She definitely wants him to be there for baby girl. Y'all, I can't remember her name right now. I'm sorry. Malaya? Is that how you say it? I'm sorry, y'all. But she definitely wants him to be there for her. I mean, she's already calling that boy daddy. So Quai is feeling all kinds of, you know, stress and, again, suck it up, buttercup, honey. So later on, we see Quai and Chevelle in the car. And they have one of the most ridiculous fights I have ever heard. And I've heard a lot. You can tell Quai is up to here. Chevelle is getting on his nerve. Chevelle is nagging him. And Chevelle is upset with him because Quay didn't tell her good morning. He was like, what are you talking about? He was like, it was 7 in the morning. He said, I ain't even got my gatherings. He said, I ain't washed my face. I ain't brushed my teeth. I ain't washed my balls. And you talking about, why didn't I say good morning? Are you jelly? Are you jelly? And because she was like, you told baby girl good morning. But you didn't tell me. He was like, you done lost your mind. Girl, if you don't hush. He said, you bugging out. This argument was so stupid. Chevelle, honey, you're going to need to get it together, okay? You have been nagging this boy since he got out of prison. You bought him a whole truck, and he's sitting over there and telling you to hush your mouth. You bought him a whole truck that he can't even drive. He ain't got no license, and he's sitting over there in the passenger seat telling you to hush your mouth. You done bought this boy a whole truck, and he can't even tell you good morning. And he telling you to hush your mouth. Chevelle, honey, you need to back up off of Quay. And Quay, if you feeling some type of way about Chevelle, if you're leaning towards Texas, you need to tell her. Child, a mess. Y'all, I got a feeling Quay and Chevelle ain't gonna work out. I got a feeling Quay and Chevelle, they're not gonna work out, honey. It is gonna be a mess. What y'all think about that? Let's move on. Last and certainly least, honey, let's talk about Dylan and Heather. Y'all, what's wrong with Heather? I mean, I'm going to need for y'all to leave it down below. What's wrong with her? Dylan has been out of prison for 1 hour. 1 hour. And they are in the car talking about, I love you too, I love you too. Come to find out, Heather's apartment, it got flooded. So they can't go back to the apartment. So she needs someone to take this man that just got out of prison an hour ago, the love of her life. So she goes to her Aunt Diane's. So she asked her Aunt Diane, can I come stay with you and my felon, just fresh out of prison boyfriend, can he come too? Aunt Diane said, sure, we can kick it for a little bit. So they go to Aunt Diane's house. Now her other auntie is there, Auntie Stacy. I think that's her name, y'all. They get up in there and child, Auntie Diane is all of 80 years old on oxygen. Now when they was taking this little ride, she says, you know, my auntie, she's sick, she's ill, because Dylan said it's real sweet that your auntie is, you know, letting me stay there, letting us stay there. I really do appreciate it. So it was all good. So when you see this little woman who on oxygen, 80 years old, honey, I was like, oh, that is so sweet. And she took a liking to Dylan. She really liked him, and the other aunt did too. I mean, he is easy on the eyes, child. Honey, Dylan is something to look at. I don't blame Auntie Diane. I was like, Auntie Diane, take that oxygen off, honey. Throw that tank out that window and do what you gotta do. So, Dylan, being very sweet, very appreciative, he was like, I really do appreciate you letting me stay here. I really do. And they took a shine to him. And he took a shine to her. They were talking about family members. She was showing pictures of her kids, her grandkids. And, you know, he was showing a picture of his cutie daddy. Where your daddy at, Dylan? He was showing pictures of his father. They was having a good old time. They wasn't there no time. What did Heather do? Heather got in her feelings and said that she feels like her aunts is taking time away from her being with Dylan. What? I was shocked. What are you talking about? because her aunties actually like Dylan, actually enjoy Dylan being there. Heather, that's what you want, because see, you ain't got nowhere else to go. You need your aunt to like Dylan, the freshly out of prison Dylan. Dylan said it himself. Dylan said, I cannot believe this is how she's acting. Your aunt is giving me a place to stay, a freshly out of prison felon. And you acting like this? And he says, I cannot believe that she's talking to her family like that. He says, I would never talk to my family like this. He said, I am shocked. That's a red flag right there, Dylan. That's your first red flag. So Heather says that he's out of prison. She hasn't had time to even have sex with Dylan. Go to a hotel. You could have dropped your stuff off, mingled a little bit with your aunties. You couldn't wait an hour or two. You couldn't wait that long and then say, hey, auntie, we'll be back later. We're going to go out and about, we'll be back. That's all you had to do. No, you had to act psycho and throw a temper tantrum. You jealous of your 80-something-year-old auntie on oxygen. See, Dylan, he was trying to calm her down, talk her down from the edge. You couldn't talk her down. You can't talk down crazy. When you're up here, you can't talk it down. So Dylan is just flabbergasted, child. So he was like, Auntie Diane, thank you so much. We're just going to go out for a little bit, get some fresh air. And we'll be back. Thank you. So Auntie Diane, she was all breathing all hard. She says, I can't be having this agitation. You ain't going to send me to the hospital. Child, honey, she done pumped up 3 levels up on that oxygen tank. So, Dylan, he goes outside. Here's Heather still fussing and fumbling around. Aunt Diane said, now, I don't know who you think you dealing with, but let me tell you who you dealing with. You ain't going to be coming up here cutting a shine. Now, Dylan, he seems like a good kid. He seems like a good dude. I don't know why you acting like this. And so Heather went from 0 to 100 to 300. And so Aunt Diane says, are you jealous? You jealous of him? And she was like, I'm not jealous of him. Aunt Diane sounds like she's jealous of you. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like to me she's jealous of you because you and Dylan hit it off. Aunt Diane, did you take one of Heather's men before? Because I don't understand, y'all. Who would have that reaction to their elderly aunt that's on oxygen, who's giving you a place to stay, that actually like your fresh out of prison felon boyfriend? Heather is crazy, y'all. Something wrong with her. So they're going back and forth, Heather fussing, and so Auntie Diane had enough. Auntie Diane said, if you don't take your feet to the street, she said, get the F out. She said, get out. She said, the same way you entered is the same way you leave. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. That's what Auntie Diane said. And I said, you better tell it. Heather is a whole fool. Dylan, you done seen crazy. You wasn't even out of prison for an hour and you done seen crazy. Red flag alert, y'all. Red flag alert. What did y'all think about that? That's it, y'all. That's all I got to give. Right? To my new subscribers, welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. And y'all know what to do. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, friends, bye.